respectful, you know. So I don't
very
really have
strange.
anything. I know. Respect is kind of strange to you. You know, I know you don't know anything about it, but I just want to bring back the topic of women's sports. You say women's sports are just bad. So I want you to give like an objective reason on why you think it's bad.
No, I'm saying they suck
Why?
because they can't compete at the same level as men, and it's a waste of time.
Then why are women's sports a thing?
Why what?
Why are women's sports a thing?
Because we want to make women feel equal and happy.
Isn't that the goal of America? Equal opportunity?
Well, here's the thing. Egalitarianism, right, is great on paper and all, but it's not realistic. Because we aren't, if men and women are not equal, we're not the same.
If it's not realistic, then why is it happening right now? Look at women's rugby. Have you heard of rugby?
Yeah.
All right, so why is women's rugby so highly popular now? Why is it on the rise?
Dude, no one watches women's rugby. What are you talking about? What the fuck?
Oh goodness, get low this guy. Anyways,
Bro, what the fuck? How about this? Name of 10 female rugby players. Go ahead.
10 female rugby players.
Go ahead.
I can't name it.
Okay, exactly.
All right, but here.
See, and this is what I'm talking about. See, like, okay, I'm glad that we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
When
Go
I
ahead.
say that we live in a cucked out world where we fucking sit there and lie and talk about women are awesome and all this other shit, like women's sports are great. This dude made the argument about women's sports
what
matter.
are some sports
and
you
I said,
enjoy?
okay, tell me about women's rugby. He can't even tell me. Why? A lot of you guys are coming, let's be honest here. A lot of you guys are coming up to the mic right now to simp for some of these women here to try to get fucking laid. Let me say something great about women so I can get fucked tonight.
So can I talk about my personal connection
You want
to
to know the
rugby?
ugly truth about women? Here's a real red pill for you guys.
There's no
they
ugly
like
truth.
guys like me that tell them they're stupid and inferior. They don't like guys that cuck for them like you guys.
I played
women.
rugby with women.
Women are
I played
inferior in
rugby
everything
with
that
women.
matters.
I have a personal connection to women who play rugby.
Women want guys that are better than them. Women want guys that are stronger than them, taller than them, superior to them. They don't want equal, cucked out guys like you sitting here saying, "Oh yeah, women's rugby is great, right? Right? Right?"
I love
Nobody
your
gives
opinion.
a fuck. Nobody cares.
All right, can I speak?
Yes,
All right,
go
so
ahead.
I have a
Still
personal
waiting for those
connection
10
to rugby,
female
right?
rugby players, though.
I can name you a bunch of women who play rugby that are connected to me in my personal life, right? I have a friend. Her
But you
name is
can't
Kelly
name the pro
Nelkin.
ones, right?
She plays rugby in Lander. She's a college commit to rugby at Lander.
Okay, you know what's great? Because I said this earlier. Men or people only watch women's sports when there's a personal affinity or some type of personal connection. They don't watch it objectively like, oh yeah, this is great. Let me just turn on the
so
tube
what
and watch
sports do
female
you
sports.
watch? What sports
Like
do you
all you
watch?
guys that watch female basketball here is because you guys go to the school and you're supporting your school. That's great. But 10 years from now, when you graduate, you're not going to give a fuck anymore because you're not here anymore. Okay?
So are you saying all sports fans go
That's
to their
the truth.
college?
What
Are you
was
saying 100% of Steelers fans went to that university, or any collegiate sport, they all went to that university? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that when people watch female sports, there's typically some type of personal tie or affinity to them watching that female sport. Versus when they watch men's sports, they're watching it because these are the best of the best and I want to watch this. This is why professional sports for men is a thing and not really a thing for women. It's more of a college thing because people tend to be very
Why
tied
are
to
you
the school.
denying that professional women's sports isn't a thing? If it isn't a thing, there wouldn't be people watching it. They wouldn't get funding.
No one watches it, is my point.
If no
Look
one
at the
watches it,
WNBA,
then how do
it's
they get
negative.
funding? How
Nobody
do they get
watches it.
money?
Nobody watches WNBA.
If nobody watches WNBA, then why do they get funding? Why does it raise money?
Why
if
do they
nobody watches WNBA wouldn't be a thing, right?
Yeah, it's subsidized, bro. Do you not realize it's negative? Every year it loses money?
If it loses money every year, it wouldn't be smart to keep it running, right? But it's
You're
been running
right.
for
You're right. See, that's why you're Asian. You're smart. This is the thing, bro. Like, when it comes to he knows the math. He's like, wait, hold on. How are we subsidizing it, but it doesn't? I'll tell you why. Because we fucking simp for women. We need to stop subsidizing their mediocrity. That's my point. Because if the WNBA, if the NBA was negative, we would not be subsidizing the NBA. It would just go out of business.
Corporations won't make the conscious decision to continue that business if they're losing money. The fact that WNBA is still a thing means that they're making money. People are watching it, regardless of the personal connection.
Because here's the thing. Because they want to go ahead and be able to be politically correct. They still want to go ahead and be like, look,
political correctness has nothing to do with the amount of revenue a company makes.
No, but they will take it. That's my point. They will take financial hits to be politically correct. Look at Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel had to go. They went ahead and changed it was a woman, by the way, that did this. They went ahead and changed the emblem. They got a whole bunch of backlash, and they're like, oh, shit, let's change it back. Who made that dumb decision? A female. So the point I'm trying to make is that women, or people in general, because we have this female way of thinking, we will go ahead and sometimes take a backseat to making a bunch of money or being profitable so that we can make women feel good, but we don't give these same accommodations to men. Like, if the WNBA was negative, we would not exist.
Sports is the physicality, right? Not the mind. Physicality. 'Cause I agree with you that most women here aren't as strong physically as strong as women. But the reason why women's sports is a thing is because they can play on a higher skill level, not just physicality.
Okay, if they can play on a higher skill level, then let them play against the guys.
The difference is that while the skills are the same, the physicality are not. There are differences, and that's why there is WNBA versus NBA.
But there's differences, but it's because the difference is because women are inferior at sports.
In physical attributes. But
Yes, and that directly affects.
Not in the mind, right?
Yeah, well, women have slower reflexes too. No, slower in the mind too. This is why if you look at like chess, all the best chess players are men, even though it has nothing to do with physicality. Men are just better than women at everything.
There are women chess masters, and don't tell me a name. I don't know them. I'm not into chess like that.
Yeah, but
there are women chess masters, right?
But they suck compared to men. That's my point. Even when the physicality is removed, look at video games. Men are better than women at video games. That doesn't have to do with physicality.
So let's say you play against a woman chess master. Would you win?
She's a chess master.
So you would lose.
I don't play chess.
Exactly. Right, so you lose, right?
Okay, never mind. You're not as smart as I thought, Asian man. Who's next?
Yeah, I gotta say, man, you're checking off all the red flags, man.
Okay.
So are you like, do you actually believe this? Just like a genuine question.
Yes, I do.
You genuinely believe all of these?
Yes, I do genuinely believe that women suck at sports. Yes.
And every other racist, homophobic, transphobic, whatever phobic shit you say.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Whatever you want to say. Who's up next?
This guy's kind of performative.
Yes, I'm a proud bigot. Who's up next?
I'm glad you know you're a bigot, man.
Yeah, man. A lot of people are. I'm just honest about it.
You're just the biggest one.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just not scared to admit it. We all have a little bit of racism in us. Come on, man. Let's be honest. We all do.
All right.
What's up?
Is it working?
What's up?
All right. So I just have to go back to women. It's just I gotta do it.
You gotta go back to what?
Women.
Women?
Like to talk about them. Yeah.
Okay.
So
a lot of the women talk.
You made this like bold claim about women in the military and law enforcement.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just curious. Like, what's your experience with that? I'm just curious why you say that.
Why do I say that?
Yeah.
Well, my experience, I actually used to work in law enforcement myself. I was a special agent with Homeland for almost 10 years, so I dealt with female agents and having to put them in operations, and it never really turned out well. I got a bunch of buddies that are in law enforcement military, and they've told me before having women on their team is bad. It just doesn't help out.
And that's just because they're women? So you've had bad experiences with men too then, right?
Well, again, yes, you can always have bad experiences with men as well, but with the women, it's far more prevalent.
So you're absolutely sure it's just women? So there are like plenty of men that make a lot of mistakes. Like there are a lot of male officers that just like shoot people for no reason. So I'm just like really curious why you're really pinpointing women. Like mentally, they're no different than men in like IQ and intelligence. Like that's just fact. We're not different in that way.
Actually, men and women think far differently, and we process information far differently.
Okay, so maybe
we're
so
not
let's say
the same.
We think differently. Why does that make them like less capable mentally?
Well, we don't think this. See, here's the thing: you men and women are not equal, bro. We're not the same, and this is like that liberal.
Well, yeah,
point.
we're different genders, different sexes.
Yeah, but that affects being a different gender. Literally affects everything else from there. The way we think, the way we process information, the way that we see the world. Everything is different. So since we are biologically different, that completely affects the way that we view the world, and it also affects our strength and other things.
How come some of the smartest people have been women? Like, women have done big things, like in aerospace engineering and stuff like that. So,
yeah, but the majority are men.
Right, because like
the majority are still men.
Okay, so historically, women have had less access to like education and like literally all their rights. So I mean, obviously, there's gonna be like, but that doesn't make women less intelligent than men. There have just been less opportunities for women.
Well, we've overcorrected. Women graduate more than men. Women are getting more degrees than men nowadays.
Nowadays, yeah, but like, what about hundreds and thousands of years in the past when women have been oppressed by men?
We've overcorrected, but women still don't go into certain job fields that keep the society running, despite the fact that they're more educated.
What do you mean?
Well, when it comes to infrastructure jobs, when it comes to engineering, when it comes to sewage maintenance, like jobs that really matter.
And why is that?
Because women have different interests based on biology.
Thousands of years ago, women weren't allowed to do that.
We're not. What I'm trying to explain to you is that men and women are different, right? And
yeah, they're obviously different.
Yeah, they're very different. And since they're different, they have different worldviews. And since they have different worldviews, that affects everything about how they view the world. So, despite the fact is, I find it interesting how Women graduate more, they have more degrees, they're more educated than men are, but they still don't go into job fields that, keep society running, right? They go into job fields that are like, let's be honest, HR, sitting in an office somewhere, jobs that don't necessarily keep infrastructure going, because women don't have the same physical capability,
right? Okay.
Right?
So they
as
don't
men
have
do.
the same. They don't have the same physical.
And then when they do go into jobs that have to do with physical capability, they fuck it up.
So then let's go to the military, for example. You said you're okay with them in support roles, right?
What was that?
You're okay with women in support roles in the military?
In support roles, yeah.
So like support roles are like 90% of the battle.
Sure.
Something like that.
As long as they're not near combat or in a position where they can fuck things up.
Right. Okay. So men can fuck things up in combat too. So I work on a military base, and I see women exercising all the time, like achieving like the level of some men in the gym. I've seen it.
Great.
So they should be able to fight if they want. We're in a free country with equal rights for all. So kind of like discriminating against women for being women is just kind of insane, don't you think? Like,
I'm discriminating to protect them from themselves, and I would argue a lot of them don't want to be in combat roles anyway. See, this is the thing.
But some do. So they should have that right.
Don't.
Yeah, they do.
The staggering majority
don't. Why do I see plenty of women in the military?
Why do you think women haven't been in infantry for so long?
Because they weren't allowed to.
Good. Like that's
good. But there are women who want to serve and protect their country in combat roles, and they
shouldn't be in infantry anyway. And that was back when America was based. That was back when we weren't idiots.
Why are men why is it their job to determine if a woman could fight or not if they want to? That's their right. And there are women who can reach the standards
because men are leaders. Men are leaders. Women are not. So since we are leaders, we must be the ones. Because we protect society, we run society. So women don't.
So the women teaching students, they're leaders. They're in leadership positions. They're educating society.
We're not talking about being a teacher, man.
Well, we're talking about
we're talking about military and law enforcement.
Roles. Okay, what about women drill sergeants? I've heard plenty of men talk about how they're the scariest ones they dealt with. Yeah, I know, funny,
right?
All right,
dude. Let's go to the next person. This guy's just coming up with that. Women drill sergeants are scary, man. Bro,
I'm talking about people who've served in the military.
I can't take a woman seriously. She's yelling at me drop down and give me 20. I'm like, all right, bro. Make me a sandwich.
All right, because you're just a loser. Because you don't respect anyone or anything.
Look, dude. Again, you're another guy that's trying to get laid tonight. Look, I promise you don't have to simp like this for girls.
Because I want to get laid tonight.
They like guys that tell them that they're dumb.
That's in your head. You're the one thinking about getting laid. You're the one who brings OnlyFans girls on your podcast so you can.
Yeah, and they make better arguments than you do. This is pathetic.
Okay,
they make better arguments than you do.
All right, well,
they at least understand their biological limitations. They at least understand that.